Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source for celeb news. Now today we have, hey yo man, we got what we got over here, man. We got we got Gucci Mane on why the 1017 artists keep getting roped up, man. Or you know what I'm saying? Like what's the situation with that? He gonna get into that in a second, man. We also have what else we have over here? We got Questlove on whether hip hop is dead or not. We got some teachers talking about the Drake and Kendrick beef, man. Academics with a little bit of an update. The intruder that went into Drake's home. I think he did, right? We got Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, man. You know what I'm saying? They jumping in on it. J. Cole in his peace place and Drake acting like he gonna die or something like that. Again, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source Show. If this first time to the channel, man, be sure to hit that like button if you feel any part of the content. We definitely appreciate that. That notification bell is waiting for your tap, so go on and give it a tap. And that subscribe button is waiting for your subscription, man. So go on and touch that too. Yo, check this out, man. Let me just go like, all right, let's get right to it. Listen, your boy Drake has posted a message, right? And of course, because he's an artist, the message is abstract, right? So we gotta try to figure out if he gonna hurt himself and whatnot, okay? Which we pray he doesn't. Okay, take a look at this cryptic message that your GOAT, Drake, posted. Take a listen.
Criticism. Maybe I do. But when you die, will people notice? And I know there will be a lot of memories of me by a lot of people. Many will hate me, even so. A person used to live with vigor. Otherwise was born.
All right, so Drake shows this clip from what's the name of the show? It's a show on Netflix. I forgot the name of the show. I just forgot it, just like that. The name of the episode is called Saddlebags, but I forgot the name of the show. Can you post the name of the show in the comments below, just in case you want to see it? Okay, I would appreciate that. Okay, but in the clip, the dude goes, "I don't mean this as a criticism, or maybe I do, but when you die, will people notice? When I go, there will be a lot of memories of me by a lot of people, many who hate me, but even so, a person needs to live with vigor. Otherwise, what's the point?" Close quote. You see that? The pride of life. See, this that ego thing that's the killer. You follow me? What good is a memory of you if the memory is of you living with vigor, causing harm in the culture and promoting practices that are detrimental in a society? Okay? You better off not being known than being known as the demon of Chirac, as far as I'm concerned. You follow what I'm saying? Or you're better off not being known than being known as a hitman. Okay? You're better off not being known than being known as the man that had a huge platform and with that platform loudly and proudly promoted and peddled whore culture to our daughters with the platform that you've been blessed with. You follow me? When you're given a platform and you have listeners hanging on to your every word, F if everybody knows you. You know what I mean? What are you going to do? What are you doing with your influence? That man said, when you die, will people notice you? That's so whatchamacallit, man. You know what I'm saying? It was so, when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is so whatchamacallit. Now, your boy is posting messages about death. It's so whatchamacallit. Bro, it's a rap battle which involves mudslinging, okay? You didn't lose a child, bro, okay? Yeah, I guess if your work is your world, he might feel like his world is falling apart, okay? Look, somebody said Kendrick was responding to Drake, and Drake was responding to the internet. And that's where he went wrong, okay? It would be in his best interest to be humble and sit down. You follow me? Like, take J. Cole, for instance. J. Cole dipped on the humble. Now, he's sitting down on the beach looking at sunsets and whatnot. Take a look at what somebody posted. This young lady caught J. Cole. They spotted him at the beach, okay? Just chilling. And then it said, she said, I go to the beach to clear my head. Right? What else did she say? And then she said, and I casually bump into J. Cole. Look. Somebody said, J. Cole got the good ending. You follow me? Look, man, he did the right thing. I think he was humble about his situation. And then he went and then, like, Like, no, actually, he was humble about the situation, and the only one that bucked at him, right, was between Drake and Kendrick, was Drake. You see how it is? He was like, yo, man, I kind of want to back out of this situation respectfully and da-da-da-da-da. A lot of people jumped on him, and then Drake was like, yo, man, F all of that. Like, Drake responded to that, okay, in a negative. Now, I did notice, right? Someone showed up in our comments. He shows up all the time, okay? And he always shows us love, right? But it was DJ Cheddar. That man said, Celeb, this is a week straight of you, Celeb, showing us clips of Drake kisses children. Why? We don't need or want to see it. We get enough sus-ish everywhere else. We get the point, bro. Golly. You know what I'm saying? DJ Cheddar, the thing about it is this, man. The thing about it is this. This guy, man, this guy has been promoting this whore culture. He's been promoting this whore culture heavily, right? To our daughters, to our kids, to our fam. So when an artist has a platform, and what they're doing with their platform, because they get their widespread platform, and they're gonna take their platform and promote other people, right? That have kindergartners and first graders with their hands on their knees twerking from the, like, I don't care to have them, that kind of influence pervasively invading our culture. I really don't care to have it. You know what I mean? It ain't no loss for me. You know what I'm saying? We over here on this little platform trying to do what we could do, trying to undo a lot of the damage that's being done by people to millions. Okay? So I'll push it every single week. In fact, okay, let me let me let you know why. Let me show you some of the It's not just me, right? There are other artists that actually have issues with bruh. Matter of fact, let me show you some of the reasons why. Take a look at why everyone is seeming to have beef with this man. Because take a look.
Meet Aubrey Graham. See, Aubrey had a problem. Everyone hated him. And it's so much more people than you can imagine. I'm gonna need y'all to lock in. When The Weeknd was first coming up, Drake said, sign on my label. The Weeknd said, nah. Drake said, okay, can you help me with some songs? The Weeknd said, sure, why not? Drake said, can you help me with some more songs? And some more songs. Matter of fact, can you just give me half of your album? The Weeknd said, I don't really have a choice because I'm a new artist, but I'm not gonna sign your label. Drake said, that's okay. We're still friends. Then Drake started dating his ex-girlfriend, Bella Hadid. Meet A$AP Rocky. Drake took him on his first tour ever, but Drake noticed something. A$AP Rocky kept hanging out with this girl named Rihanna, and Drake really liked that girl named Rihanna. Fast forward years later, A$AP Rocky gets married to Rihanna and they have kids. Drake didn't like that very much. So Drake starts saying mean things about him and his wife, so he gets mad. Meet Ricky. He thought Drake was a little weird because of the whole Meek Mill situation and for the fact that Drake called for a cease and desist on a French Montana song behind the scenes. But Rick said, we're still friends. Rick Ross then features on Metro Boomin's new album, does not say anything about Drake, but Drake took it some type of way. So Drake invites Rick Ross's ex-girlfriend to his concert. Rick Ross doesn't like that very much, so he gets upset. Which brings us to Metro Boomin himself, who's the man who kind of started this whole thing. See, Metro didn't really like Drake because Drake has always been weird in the industry. He thought it was a little strange that Drake was still getting awards for an album that nobody listened to, and Metro was not getting any awards for his album that everyone listened to. Drake said, screw you. Metro said, screw you back. Future didn't have no big problems with Drake, but he's very close with Metro Boomin, and he's been in the industry a long time. He knows. So he probably thought, I see where Metro's coming from, but it wasn't that deep for him. Drake didn't see it that way. Future, you chose your side. I don't care if you're talking about me or not on the album. Screw you too. Pusha ain't really had no problem with Drake like that, but I need you to pay attention. Drake had a problem with Pusha T because Pusha T had a problem with Drake's mentor, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne had a problem with Pusha T because Pusha T had a problem with Lil Wayne's mentor, Birdman. Pusha T had a problem with Birdman because Birdman didn't pay Pharrell money for a beat. And Pharrell and Pusha T go way back to the days they weren't famous. Another trend you'll see in all these beefs is Drake inserting himself in a position he just doesn't need to be in. Like Megan Thee Stallion, she was having a problem with somebody named Jay Prince, Tory Lanez. Drake said, ooh, let me hop in. So Drake makes a song about her saying some crazy things. It gets wicked. He then gets mad at John Moran, starts to beat beef over a girl. He then starts beefing with Common because Common dated Serena Williams and Drake likes Serena Williams. He then starts beefing with ASAP. Did I mention him? He then starts beefing with Ye. It's always been a love-hate thing between them. But then when the Pusha thing happened, Pusha T is signed to Kanye's labels. They were close, so Kanye chose Pusha T's side. But then Drake starts getting close to Kim Kardashian. Kanye thought that was weird, so he says, screw you, Drake. He's also had beef with Tyga, Joe Budden, Jhené Aiko, Tinashe, Childish Gambino, I believe. A million people. But most of all, the people have always been a little annoyed with Drake. Fun fact, Drake as well as Kid Cudi and Kanye were the first people to make semi-nerdy cool in the rap game. Those three were in the forefront of rap is changing. But everyone tolerated Kanye and Kid West, but Drake took things to a whole nother level. Let's just be frank, Drake is half white. But that's not the problem. The problem is to many people, Drake puts on a persona of blackness. If you're not black, that's not up for discussion. Listen closely. J. Cole is half white, but he acts like J. Cole. Accepted. Lil Yachty is from the suburbs. Acts like Lil Yachty. Accepted. So Drake being half white and being from the suburbs really has nothing to do with it. It's the fact that he pretends to be someone he's not that kind of annoys some people. It's the fact that many artists claim that he takes their songs. XXXTentacion is one of these people. This is why his whole crew OVO hates them, because they make music too. But apparently he takes all their songs and doesn't let them release any music. It's the ghostwriter claim. It's the fact that he's always messaging young women. It's the random petty stuff he does online. Now you may be asking yourself, has all this been going on for 15 years? Why would people still mess with Drake like that? Well, that's because he was making good music. The moment he stopped making very good music, the bubble that he'd been building for so many years was ready to pop. And then there's Kendrick Lamar. See, Drake took Kendrick on his first tour, the same one that he took A$AP Rocky on. But then Kendrick comes out with a song called Control. It's a Big Sean song as well. And Kendrick is throwing shots at everybody in the industry, but it's friendly competition. He said, I got love for you all. Everybody he named was cool with it. In fact, they said, if you got named in that Kendrick verse, that means you're a good rapper. Everyone except for Drake. You see, Drake took it the hardest. He took it very personal. Drake went to Kendrick, said, Kendrick, Drake said, why would you say you got love for me, but then say you want to take the rap crown from me? I would like an apology. Kendrick said, okay, I'm sorry that you took it the hardest. In fact, I hate you, and I've always hated you. You know why? Because you're weird.
You see that, man? I mean, like, you know, I hate to say it like this, but like where there's smoke, there's fire. Where there's smoke, there is fire. There are flames. You know, like dragon flames, like a Drake. Now, in addition to what went down, the shooting that happened around his neighborhood, Academics has provided some. Academics has provided some input as to what he's heard is part of the problem over there on the Canadian side of the border. Take a listen to what Academics said concerning the intruder situation. I mean the beef that's going on and what he's heard. Take a listen.
I have spoken with Drake and he's okay. He said he's good, but the streets is talking. From what I'm hearing, this got nothing to do with Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick didn't send some hitters. Obviously, he's going to get reported as such. But what I'm hearing, this wasn't random. There was a shooting that occurred about 10 minutes before, about less than 2 miles from here. And keep in mind, this isn't like the hood, right? This ain't like Southside Chicago. This is a rich neighborhood that doesn't see violence and doesn't see gunfire. And also in Canada, it's kind of almost damn near illegal to have a gun. So when you hear that 2 incidents of gun violence occurred within two miles and 10 minutes, they seem to be possibly related. But I do believe that, and I've told you guys, this entire thing was orchestrated by XO, in my opinion. Now, I'm talking about music right now. This is music. I believe that The Weeknd and Drake has always had issues. It was always pacified because both of them had shared people in common. I believe at a certain point, that stopped being the case. And apparently they patched it up a bunch of times. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people from Toronto has hit me, giving me like their idea of what's going on and basically saying, yo, some of this this is word on the street, right? Again, they've told me much more than that. I believe there's some Toronto whatever the politics is there is that. It's nothing to do with essentially a rap beef. That's some Toronto politics and possibly maybe that was somebody sending Drake a very powerful message. Nigga, I don't know who you think you are, but it could go down.
Okay. So So that's what I suspected too. I heard about the EXO gang or whatever you want to call it. That's all that has nothing to do with Kendrick. This is all politics between the OVO the word is that it's the beef and the politics between those two groups, EXO and OVO. Okay. Meanwhile, it's being stated that, I don't know how true this is, but it's being stated that Kendrick isn't quite done with he's not done with Drake. From what I'm hearing, it's sounding like he actually has some more heat for your boy Drake. Let me see here what we got here. Jason Martin said, I talked to Dot, aka Petty Pendergrass, last night. He's nowhere near done. Popcorn, you ninjas is in trouble. That's West Side Compton, right? He said he spoke to him. He said he spoke to him. Okay. Meanwhile, Daylight said, "Oh, it's more. Hey, yo, get out the streets, y'all. I see the planes coming." So it sounds like a couple of people who have spoken to Kendrick are on some old like, yo. We think there's gonna be a whole lot more coming through. So that is what that is. Okay. And I think a lot of people are going to be here for it. Now, some of y'all are like, yo, man, he could chill, man. He don't need it. But some people really just don't want to see none of this. And think about what Kendrick has been, some of the things that Kendrick has been saying are part of the problem. Okay. There's a reason why all these artists have band together. Now, you might be like, oh, that's how powerful he is. He really is Thanos. But these people see this man as, like it is what it is. Like if they find him to be a vulture of sorts, then that's what they want to do with him. Okay. Now I know that a lot of y'all mad about it. They're like, oh, we love him. Please don't hurt my Drake. Please don't do it to me. Like, yo, man. Like, sometimes it bees that way. Okay. Why is everybody not ganging up on Kendrick? Yeah, exactly. Okay. Now, I was on the gram and there was a teacher that was on there and she was speaking about this beef and what it has done in her school. Take a listen to this joint.
If anyone needed further proof that Kendrick is winning this thing, you should have stepped foot in a high school today. I, up until today, taught at a very Drake-centric high school. Rich Baby Daddy is the most frequently requested song to put on my class playlist. If I ask students what they're listening to in their headphones, Drake. The week after the leak was a nightmare. But today I walk in and I can feel that there has been a tectonic shift. The second I walked into the building, I could hear the buzz. I could kind of overhear the conversations and I was like, oh my God, this is a Kendrick school now. I polled my classes on what they thought and they were ready to throw down for Kendrick. I had like one Drake defender in each class, if that. And honestly, I feel bad for those kids because they were getting screamed at. I had a kid walk into class, phone over his head, blasting BBL Drizzy. And then he went up to his friends and got them to freestyle on it. Like, excuse me? This was a Drake high school. I have students who hate reading who are doing the most meticulous, close reading of these lyrics that I have ever seen. They're finding subtle quadruple entendres and like explaining them eloquently to their peers. This is a cultural moment and a true educational experience for everyone.
That's what I suspected. Okay. I suspected that it was causing a lot of people to look into the lyrics and really try to figure out what is going on with these artists. Look into the actual lyrics, not what is going on with the artists. I got distracted, my bad. They're really starting to look into lyrics, context, and breaking everything down like that. I done told that to you yesterday. Okay. What did I mean to tell you? All right, look. Let me go to my shouts real quick. Okay. Shout out to Miss Laura. Miss Laura said, you killed it once again talking like Boosie. I don't even think I spoke like Boosie. She said, I personally know OGC. Louisville Slugger. And Top Dog. She said, I personally know OGC and it's sad how no one gives him credit. Thank you for shouting him out. Yeah, man. I used to look, man. What's the line that Louisville Slugger said in that song, man? Damn, I forgot what it was. He talking about hitting somebody with a bat or something like that. I forgot what it was. But it was so hot, man. I loved it, man. I love OGC, man. Shout out to you. Denise Vaughn says, Celeb, like and love are different. I love my family, but I don't like them all. I don't know what you said, but me too. 100% me too. Okay. I love them. I don't like them. Okay. No Humanity Left said, I always hated when going to church growing up. It was always the woman doing this. It was always the woman doing this. Never seen a man doing this. And vehicles are used to commit crimes, which are portrayed in movies and music and video games. So should we ban vehicles too? Criminals will do crime. That's why police is intervention and not prevention. Yeah, because I be wondering, like, what's the gun that Cain used when he killed Abel? Okay, like before the, you know what I'm saying? There was no hip hop. There was no hip hop during World War I and World War II, right? Wasn't they killing and slaughtering people by the millions? And not one rapper was saying anything. Okay, so I mean, I know it, like, well, there's different ways of murdering people and stuff like that, but I'm just saying, man, people use video games to say we have murder now because of Mortal Kombat and Grand Theft Auto. No, you have murder because people are evil in their hearts and they want to commit murder, and they'll use any single excuse to be able to do it. Meanwhile, I listened to murder music all my life and freaking never had to murder anybody. Okay, because some people they're just bad and they're just going to commit evil. That just is what it is. Anyway, let me get right back to it, okay? Didn't I have something else? Didn't I have another one? I thought I did. Miss Laura, we got, yeah. Oh, and of course, shout out to Lonsdale, man. You know what I'm saying? Orion, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to you, Big Dog. My man, he had asked me a question about the teacher that was getting his hair braided by the students. He's like, yo, you think this teacher should be terminated, Celeb? And I left him a voice message, man. I told y'all, man, if y'all hit us up, Celeb Sauce on the gram, any questions or anything like that, I be trying to leave voice messages, man. You know what I'm saying? Just to let you know what I mean? It'd be really, it'd be really your boy be trying to interact with you. I just want to be able to interact with y'all, man, because I love y'all, man. You know what I mean? And I want to be able to have real interaction, really, and have, you know what I'm trying to say. I just lost the words. I'm trying to tell you, I want interaction. I can't even speak. Damn. Let's get right back to it. Wrap this bad boy up with Questlove, okay? Questlove and Cardi. I think was it Cardi? Gucci. Questlove says something that I completely disagree with. 1,000%. Okay. Questlove said nobody won the war. This wasn't about skill. This was a wrestling match level mudslinging and takedown by any means necessary. Women and children and actual facts be damned. Same audience wanting blood will soon put up rest in peace posts like they weren't part of the problem. Hip hop is truly dead. Okay. I went to the comment section. I was like, I wonder what the people are saying about that statement. Okay. Businessman said, Quest was playing drums for Jay-Z while he was performing Takeover. Nas diss live on Unplugged. So the internet will remember. The internet will always remember, just like the North. Okay. In essence, they said, "Oh, it didn't die when Nas," and the man said he left the condom on the car seat. Hip hop didn't die then. Oh, it just died when you wasn't on the drums. Come on now. Like, shout out to Questlove. I love Questlove. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I like the roots and stuff like that. Love I love Questlove, man. You know what I mean? But I mean, come on, I got distracted. I'm just saying though, like, let's not do that because, you know what I mean? Like, let's not be like that. Somebody else said wrong. Hip hop did win, all BS aside. Drake and Kendrick just made everyone focus on lyrics and bars and not just hard beats. K-Dot stands and Drake fanboys need to chill and realize that these two took us back to the true meaning of hip hop battles, even though some salacious ish came out on both sides. Okay. Supreme Leader said, I cuffs with Quest, but I don't agree. Yeah, I feel that. That's what I'm saying. Somebody says, so hip hop didn't die with mumble rap, but it died when two self-proclaimed goats battled. Make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Like, that's real talk. I mean, yes, you could be, you know what I mean? You could be part of the roots and be wrong. It's possible. It's okay if you're wrong. Where we at over here, man? But shout out to Questlove, though. You know what I mean? He just said what he wanted to say, and a lot of people don't agree. Let me give you this. All right, DJ Vlad. Remember we gave you the story about DJ Vlad and the Princeton professor, and he tagged the professor's university. He was going back and forth trying to get her in trouble and stuff like that. Okay, remember when he did that? You remember how he did that? Well, now he's apologizing. Okay, which a lot of people don't do. He tried to come at her like, oh, don't try to change your words. I'll be reaching out to Princeton this Monday. That's what he said. She was like, the semester's over, my contract's been completed, but thanks for trying to bully me out of a job for centering black people because you got your feelings hurt. Very retaliatory, huh? Nice tactic. Well, he said, oh, I got hundreds of people telling me my opinion doesn't matter as they're replying to my opinion. You can't make this up. Man, watch out, bruh. Well, he came back and apologized. He said, after considerable reflection, I would like to, and you know what? I take that back. Let me not make fun of him while he's apologizing. So let me take that back. He said, after considerable reflection, I would like to apologize to Morgan Jerkins for tagging her job in my replies during our Twitter exchange last weekend. The damage might be already done, but he apologized. We'll see what she says with that, okay? He apologized. I think that's a man thing to do. Fine. Shout out for that move right there. You like, man, that must have pained you to say that. It did. And finally, we're going to switch gears, go over to Gucci Mane, all right? Gucci Mane, 1017 artist. You're probably dying to know about Gunna and Future and what they got going on, but I ain't going to fuel that one. Gucci Mane, and you're like, what's going on with that? I said, what did I just tell you? Didn't I just say it in English? I'm not fueling that one, okay? That's like... They both in this, like, that's Atlanta area, man. Like, they might could do something bad. But not to say bad can't happen anywhere, but Gunna and no, I'm not doing that. Gucci Mane has explained, I think it was on Keisha K's show, why he has explained the situation with the 1017 artists that all seem to get locked up. Take a listen to what he's had to say about their situation. Take a listen.
So the streets want to know why all your 1017 artists keep going to jail.
Oh, wow. So that's how we're going to start?
Yes, sir.
Well, you know what I'm saying, to be honest, you know, I was one of those type of artists. I was always going back and forth to jail. And I try to, you know what I'm saying, like, help those artists that I feel like, you know, I see a lot of myself in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So with that being said, you know, I try to ride it out with them through their little bumps or whatever they're going through. But I feel like if I'm not helping them, who else gonna help them?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody says that part of the story. You know what I'm saying?
So the artist you signed basically reminds you of your story.
They definitely have a story to tell. You know what I'm saying? And they come from the churches. They come from, you know, poverty. So, you know, I want to help them. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I can relate to them. I know what they got. I know what they got going on.
So.
All right. So, hey, look, man. I always found it funny that a lot of the 1017 artists was getting roped up. I mean, I was like, well, yo, this guy's making, like, he's not vetting these guys. Like, why are they still active in the streets while they're trying to have because when you get into music, right, you almost kind of place like crosshairs on yourself. Like, you're big, you're a target now. You're making yourself famous. And the one thing a criminal should not do is make themselves famous. Okay, because once a criminal becomes famous, that goes against the criminality element, right? If you committing crime, you don't want really know. Watch the road, bro. You about to hit my car. If you committing crime, you don't want a lot of people to know about you because you're trying to stay low key. Now, if you're trying to be a criminal and then trying to be famous at the same time, you slow. You know what I mean? But what he said was he saw in all of those artists himself. So essentially, he's trying to take them off the streets. And it seems like the one thing they are lacking is, you know, his ability to maybe make the pivot. You know what I mean? Like, and it seems like they're not making that pivot. And that's the part that he has to really encourage them. And maybe like in trying to make them better, they keep, you know what I mean, trying to pivot over to this other thing. We're giving them a way out. And think about what he's saying. When these dudes come out of prison, when a lot of these dudes get roped up and stuff like that, they come out of prison, a lot of people don't want to hire them. A lot of people look at them and look at the dude fresh out of high school that don't got no record. And they be like, man, why would I go with the dude coming out of prison when I can go for this young buck that, you know what I'm saying, I could show him the ropes. And they did not. You follow me? So, you know, why didn't they move the car? I got to cut the tree down. All right, whatever. I'm gonna go cut down a tree. If I don't show up tomorrow, you know what happened. Okay? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Yo, pray for your boy. You know what I'm saying? Throw them prayer hands up because I'm about to cut this tree down, and I gotta climb. It's a branch. You know what I mean? I gotta climb up the tree and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I gotta make sure. I try not to do it in front of white people because you know the joke's gonna start coming. Like, oh, look at, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta, you know. So my neighbors is like, I'm gonna get my white husband to come and help you, and I'm like, you know, like, as much as I love him, like, I don't want, you know, cars driving by, they see the white guy at the bottom and they see me in the tree. You know what I'm saying? Like I got psychological damage. You know what I mean? I ain't even been a slave, and I got, you know what I'm saying? I still got the hurt and the pain from the kind of jokes that folks used to throw out when I was a kid. Now I can't even climb the tree to chop the branch. Anyway, pray for your boy. I'm gonna try to do this. If I don't show up tomorrow, you know what happened. Okay? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. Pray for your boy. I'm dead serious, man. I believe God works prayers retroactively. Okay? Thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source for celeb news.